visiting their garden in the snow. Where do these footprints come from? Welcome to Mustard Seed Kids. It's good to be with you again, and thanks very much to Harris and Ayla and Charlie and Andy last week for telling us all about kindness. This week we're going to be talking about hospitality. What does that mean? Something to do with hospitals? Maybe you'd like to take a couple of minutes talking to the people looking after you to see what you think hospitality means. Well, did you come up with an idea of what hospitality means? I think it's about welcoming people, isn't it? Maybe into your home, having a friend over to play, inviting a family over for a meal. It's actually a bit strange thinking about this just at the moment when the bug is around. That's why I filmed those footprints in the garden just now. It struck me as funny that the only people and things that are in our garden are ourselves and birds maybe trotting around, or the odd fox passing through the garden. But we usually have people over, don't we, and enjoy time with one another, and that's part of our life as being a Christian church, or being together and remembering the love of Jesus in our families. Our Bible story tells us an example of someone who you may not have expected to offer hospitality to two men who are actually in prison. The story from the Bible is from Acts chapter 16, and I'm going to read from verse 25. It's about Paul and Silas. They have been thrown into prison, and at midnight they're praying and singing hymns to God, and the other prisoners were listening to them. Let's listen to what happened. Suddenly there was a violent earthquake which shook the prison to its foundations. All at once the doors opened and the chains fell off all the prisoners. The jailer woke up, and when he saw the prison doors opened, he thought that the prisoners had escaped. So he pulled out his sword and was about to kill himself. But Paul shouted at the top of his voice, "Don't harm yourself, we're all here." The jailer called for a light. He rushed in and fell trembling at the feet of Paul and Silas. Then he led them out and asked, "Sirs, what must I do to be saved?" They answered, "Believe in the Lord Jesus and you will be saved, you and your family." Then they preached the word of the Lord to him and to all the others in his house. At that very hour of the night, the jailer took them and washed their wounds, and he and all his family were baptized at once. Then he took Paul and Silas into his house and gave him some food to eat. He and his family were filled with joy because they now believed in God. Did you notice how worried the jailer was when he woke up during the earthquake and realised the doors of the prison were open? He was really scared that the prisoners were all going to escape. But Paul called to him that everyone was still there and they weren't going anywhere. That must have really amazed the jailer. He might have expected everyone to run away, and it made him realise that the message Paul and Silas had been telling everyone in the town was really true. Believe in the Lord Jesus and you will be saved. And that's just what the jailer and his family decided to do. They committed themselves to God that very night, and immediately you can see how that commitment to God turned the jailer's life around. Do you remember what he did? Paul and Silas had been really very badly beaten before they had been thrown into prison, and the jailer took them and cleaned their wounds and looked after them. Not only that, he took them to his own home and gave them food to eat. What he gave them was that word that we've been thinking about today: great hospitality. So, what activity are we going to do today, Wendy? I can hear you asking. It's a bit tricky, isn't it? We can't invite friends over or somebody that we've just met at school and think, oh, it'd be nice to get to know them and to have them around to play. So one idea I had was maybe you'd like to set the table nicely and invite your mom or your dad to have a sandwich that you've made, maybe, or you could perhaps decorate a biscuit and sit down with them and take care of them and enjoy some time together. I'm sure you'll have plenty of ideas and enjoy some special time together. So God bless you, and look forward to being with you again. Bye.